Alright, YouTube, we got the insane business of athletes on OnlyFans. Well, basically, only athletes that switch to OnlyFans. Let's get into the video.
Liz Cambage, full-time WNBA All-Star, one of the greatest players of her generation. Career earnings, $900,000. Earnings on OnlyFans, $1.5 million. In her first week. That's right, she made more on OnlyFans in 7 days than in her entire basketball career. She's not the only one. From track and field to bobsled, more and more pro athletes are joining OnlyFans to make a living. Even Douglas Costa and Nick Kyrgios. Now you might think the obvious. These athletes are selling their bodies for money, and the guys at Athletic Interest made a video about it to have fun with the research. But it's more complicated than that. We are not just talking about lower-ranked athletes, but Olympic champions, Wimbledon finalists, and Champions League footballers. Why would any of those athletes join a platform that is popular for pornography? How much money are they making? And what does this say about the current sports and creator economy? As it turns out, there is a much bigger picture. Welcome to Athletic Interest and the OnlyFans business of athletes. OnlyFans has managed to do something that most companies fail. They took something people were used to getting for free and convinced them to pay for it. The numbers speak for themselves. Over 350 million users, nearly 8 billion in revenue in 2024, and a large chunk of that went straight to creators. For comparison,
like 350 million users, $8 billion in revenue. Chat, that's crazy money. I am not gonna lie. I might be starting OnlyFans real soon. 6.3 billion to the creators. Oh my goodness, though. This is crazy numbers, and that's just the year of 2024, gang. Like, that's crazy.
That's $1 billion more than the combined salaries of every NBA player. Sure.
OnlyFans as an all makes more than the NBA as an all. Like, that is wild, bro. Look at this on the screen, y'all. This is crazy. Y'all some sad gooners, bro. I know one of you niggas right here watching this be paying for OnlyFans subscriptions. If you are paying for an OnlyFans subscription, gang, I'm not gonna lie. That's like one of the things that like get you banned from watching my channel. Like, if it was on stream right now, like, I would have banned you from the chat. If, like, guarantee you, I know it's niggas in here right now watching that dead ass has paid for a subscription. And if you have, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. All my niggas that really paid for a subscription, go down below and let me know. Say me. Just say me. I paid for a subscription. Just let me know. I ain't gonna do like all my gooners down below. We're gonna team up because ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't gonna lie. So, yeah. Now, if you sat there and was finna go type me in the comments, or you even had thought in the back of your head, damn, I did pay for that subscription last night, your freaky ass need to get off my channel, man. Don't even subscribe. Just go ahead and watch somebody. I don't even want you.
There are way more creators on OnlyFans than players in the NBA, but it's also a lot easier to start an OnlyFans than to land an NBA contract. This is no career advice, by the way. The point is,
facts, but
top earners make a lot of money. Like Sophie Rain, who shared a screenshot of her yearly earnings. Minus the fee, she makes roughly $3 million.
Oh no. It's getting bad, y'all. Did y'all just see that?
A screenshot of...
Is the gross real? I know this is not what she is getting, y'all, but you gotta think about that number, though. 43.4 million is her gross, gang. Do you know what that means? So that's like, bro,
her yearly earnings.
Bro,
minus the fee, she makes roughly $3 million per month.
Bro, the fees, the taxes, all that shit, gang. That's $3 million a month. This woman, y'all, is making 3 M's a month, bro. We have a woman who is making $3 million a month every 30 days. For taking pictures and videos? Nah, this is wild. This is wild, bro. This is wild. I never knew it came to this. I never knew it was this deep, y'all.
But that's still ridiculous to what this guy makes. Sorry for all the numbers,
gang.
but we're getting some.
We should have.
Only.
I guarantee you, it's more OnlyFans. It's more OnlyFans models and actors or whatever you would call them. Than there are doctors in the world. I can almost guarantee because it's kind of getting to a point, gang. Like they said, it's 5.3 billion. Now they said it was like 5 billion, gang. 5 billion creators on there, right? On OnlyFans. Well, users on OnlyFans, right? This freaky ass nigga right here on the screen is the owner, by the way. Look at this nigga, bruh. No disrespect to his profession, though, but I'm just saying, though.
OnlyFans has just 42 employees. That works out to over $31 million in revenue per employee. That's more than...
How do I apply? It would not hurt if they had 43 employees, though. Be for real. I could be a janitor. A janitor.
Google, Apple, Meta, you name it. And since the company is completely bootstrapped with no outside investors, he took home nearly $500 million in dividends last year. So naturally, other social media platforms started to think, let's do subscriptions too. Elon Musk even changed the policy to allow porn on his platform. But subscriptions are only part of the OnlyFans business model. Despite looking like other social media platforms, OnlyFans runs on a completely different business model. First, you won't find them on any app store. Apple's terms don't allow platforms with sexually explicit content, so OnlyFans operates entirely outside the app ecosystem. Most social media companies make their money from advertisers. But OnlyFans makes all of their money directly from their creators. And those creators get paid directly by their fans. OnlyFans takes a 20% cut, and the rest goes to the creator. That's more generous and more transparent than most other platforms. YouTube, for example, shares like around 45%, and only with selected channels. Don't worry, we're not switching anytime soon. Now, OnlyFans didn't invent revenue sharing, and they have way fewer users than YouTube or Facebook. But there's one key difference. Because they are not on the App Store, they don't have to give Apple or Google a 15 to 30% cut of every transaction. And that's the only reason they can sustain the 80-20 split. If Apple was already taking 30%, there's no way OnlyFans could afford to pay creators 80%.
The company,
so,
and the way they
almost by accident, they landed a competitive advantage. Better payouts and more control over the platform. And it gets better.
This is like
creators use other platforms to go viral
and
then link to their OnlyFans profiles. So OnlyFans doesn't need to spend big on advertising. They've basically outsourced user acquisition to their creators. Put all that together and you get one of the most unique business models in the creator economy. But here's the question. Athletes make a ton of money anyway. Why join a platform popular for porn? When you already get crazy salaries, prize money, and sponsorships. Unless you're a global superstar like LeBron, Messi, or Simone Biles, the truth is, most professional athletes earn surprisingly little. Let's take Olympic athletes as an example. The average track and field athlete makes around $15,000 a year from their sport. That's less than a McDonald's worker in France who earns about $22,000 on minimum wage. And it gets worse. The International Olympic Committee, which earns over $7 billion per Olympic cycle, pays absolutely nothing to the athletes directly, even if they win gold. That's because the Olympic system was built on the idea that athletes should remain amateurs, competing for honor, not money. A rule originally designed to keep working-class athletes out of elite sport, and one that still affects how money flows in the industry today. We've actually made a full video about this. We'll link it in the description if you want to dive deeper. So how do Olympians survive? They rely on a fragile mix of three things. Salaries, if they are lucky. Prize money, which varies wildly. And sponsorships, which mostly go to the big names in football and basketball. Take the 2012 London Olympics. Usain Bolt made over $20 million that year with a $9 million Puma deal. But Megan Kalmer, an Olympic bronze medalist in rowing, she made $10,000 for her medal before taxes and had to grow her own vegetables to make ends meet. And it's not just Olympians. A study found that 80% of professional athletes in the US don't consider themselves financially stable. Travel, gear, training, nutrition, it all adds up. Sponsorship money is drying up, especially if you're not constantly on TV. Which brings us back to OnlyFans. Because if you're a world-class athlete with a loyal fan base, but you're earning less than a delivery driver, why wouldn't you turn to a platform that lets you monetize your following directly? Speaking of building and monetizing a following, if you're a creator, athlete, or business trying to grow online, you need to understand what drives traffic to your site. That's where today's video sponsor Ahrefs comes in, with their free Ahrefs web.
Don't try to hit me with no ad, nigga. Nigga like me, I ain't going for it.
Plug! The creators, athletes, in our case, who produce the content. On the other, the platforms that distribute it. The question is always the same. Who gets how much of the money? Social media platforms make billions by monetizing the attention athletes generate. Think of Douglas Costa. Millions of fans, millions of clicks. But most of the value he creates goes to the platforms. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are great for exposure. They help creators land brand deals, affiliate links, and sponsorships. But when it comes to paying creators directly, almost nothing. YouTube is an exception. It shares ad revenue, mostly respects creators, and rewards consistency. But even on YouTube, it's a grind to make a living. Talking from experience here, OnlyFans wants to flip the model, allowing creators to monetize their audience directly. It's part of a larger shift in the maturing creator economy. Creators getting a bigger slice of the value they generate. And for the most part, that's a good thing. More control, more transparency, more revenue for creators. But there is a catch. OnlyFans still comes with baggage. Yes, they market the idea of behind-the-scenes access, training footage, recovery routines, Q&As. But let's be real. Most content on the platform isn't meal plans and workout tips. Unless you're willing to show skin, the odds of making serious money are slim. And for athletes, that comes with a risk. Aligning with a platform still associated with adult content could harm sponsorship opportunities. It could turn off brands, and eventually backfire. Some critics also argue that it normalizes explicit content, or worse,
I feel
pushes
like if you
financial...
over, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like if you over the age of like 21, you 25, and you a pro athlete, bro, and like you didn't like for WNBA players, bro, they don't get paid as much as NBA players, obviously. So I feel like if one of them wanted to start an OnlyFans gang and they start making $5 million off the OnlyFans in like 2 weeks, a week gang, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that should not fuck with nothing they got going on, because like, how can you blame somebody for trying to get money? Like, you know, obviously, like, money is scarce, or like scarce. How do you say that word? Money is already like kind of not really like just thrown out to WNBA players, and like some pro athletes, as you see, they say 80% of pro athletes go broke in the USA. So I'm saying, like, if they literally got so like their only choice is to make like an OnlyFans on the side for like, you know, mind you do gotta pay for it. So it's not like they just advertising and like it's all on their social media accounts. They got an OnlyFans, they advertising it everywhere. If it's like a private thing that they do for money, like, I don't see why they would fuck up their sponsorships. I ain't gonna lie. Because as a grown adult, though, like, who business is that for real? You gotta think about it. Who business is that really? Like, all you gotta do is be me promoting your shoes and saying these are good running shoes because I run track. Has nothing to do with when I get out of these running shoes and go put sandals on, go lay in my bed and goon. So how would that fuck up my, you know, like, I don't get that. How would that fuck up my sponsorship?
Struggling
I don't
athletes toward choices they wouldn't otherwise make. It becomes an ethical question. Is OnlyFans empowering athletes to monetize their attention, or nudging the vulnerable to sell their bodies? There's something to win and something to lose for athletes joining OnlyFans.
But the biggest winner in all of this,
I'll probably
OnlyFans
feature
itself.
somebody OnlyFans
Because
though.
there's a catch to why so many pro athletes are joining the platform. Many of them get paid by OnlyFans to do so. They are not only doing it to get the 80% cut, but they get good alt sponsorship money from the company. Why? Because
That
OnlyFans
80%
won't go mainstream,
paid though
and their
is
way
crazy.
in
That
is
sound hella
sports.
good.
They even
You
have a
get
whole
80% of
sports
your
blog
money.
on their website, where they report about OnlyFans-sponsored athletes and teams. The strategy is social proofing. Athletes and fans will be more likely to sign up in the future as they see others doing the same. Adult content is still their core business, but if they want to grow, they need to diversify. And sports is one of the most trusted, emotionally driven content genres out there. It also fits the broader trend. Athletes building direct relationship with fans without relying on media companies or brands. Cristiano started a YouTube channel. Kylie Kuzma launched a newsletter. Austin Eckler built his own app called Experience. Everyone's trying to own the connection. This is Liz.
If y'all boys enjoyed the video, make sure y'all boys do say that. Make sure y'all boys do go down below. Comment down below what y'all want to see next. Like the video. Subscribe if you new. I hope you have a fantastic day today. I love y'all niggas. I'm out. See y'all boys in the next video. No bet.